Hey, what's up? I'm Lawrence Hicks-Wilson. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back to my channel if it isn't. And if you can't tell by the glove and the shirt, we're about to talk about Michael Jackson, a little bit about the new movie, and we're going to talk about his first album, Off the Wall, which I just purchased. I have another version behind me, and I also want to share some of the merchandise that I bought from the movie and share my thoughts a little bit about what I think about the newest Michael Jackson movie that just came out. And we're going to talk about what my favorite tracks are on the album, who produced what, and what I liked about the movie. I'm super excited. I want to know what your favorite tracks are and if you went to go see the movie. Isn't this a nice fedora? But yes, there were so many merchandise opportunities, different ones from the US, different ones from the US to the UK, but these, I want to show you more about what I got. Let's get into it.
Don't ever doubt you'll be someone. Always go for what you want. Get up and put your purpose on. Get up, feel the sunshine on your face. Believe that you deserve it all. Put in the work and you will end up far. This is my show and tell. So tell me, are you ready to get it on? So tell me, yeah. So tell me, are you ready? So tell me, are you ready for me? So tell me, are you ready? Tell me, are you ready?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Again, it's Lawrence Hicks-Wilson, and we're about to talk about Michael Jackson's first solo album as an adult, Off the Wall. And I have a couple of copies. I had to go and get an original CD. This is actually a 2016 repressed version. I found out that when this album came out, most of the versions existed on vinyl, the LP. So they didn't start making the CD versions or the CD pressings until the 80s and the 90s. But this one is from 2016. I had to get this one with the original cover of him on it. And the other one I have is from 2001. This is the 2001 special edition version. This actually came with a slipcase, but I bought this one from the thrift store during COVID, so it didn't have the slipcase on it. At least I thought I did. No, I got it from Westsider Books, but it didn't have the slipcover on it. Whoever had it before me probably lost it. But this is the special edition from 2001, which has interviews on it, interviews specifically from Quincy Jones and more, and audio Janet and a young, I believe that's Randy, or one of his other brothers. Michael, of course, recording the demo to Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. That's on this version of the Off the Wall album, the special edition from 2001, and they look different as far as the disc and as far as the pictures on the inside and what comes with it. And this is the 2016 version, and basically this is what all the CDs look like in the 80s once they started pressing it. The only difference is the side panel is different. I know in the side panel it's white, but that's how you can tell that it's from 2001 if you see the white and blue. But the original CD is from the 80s and it's white on the side. I'm weird like that. I be paying attention to certain details like that. But this is Michael Jackson's first effort as an adult solo artist. Of course, he had solo records from his Motown days, from when he was with the Jackson 5. The last time we talked about Michael, it was actually from the Jackson's era. This is their Triumph album. This is right before the Victory album, before they did their last tour and everything. And I did go check out the video that I did on this album. I also have another album talking about Thriller, so please check that out too. I have both. But before Thriller, people say Thriller is his greatest album of all time, and that may be true, and it may have outsold all of everything that he's ever put out. But I believe that Off the Wall is probably his best because it set the tone for every album that he released after, and as the adult Michael as we know it, like as far as the noises that he make with his voice, his ad-libs, his backgrounds, the way he started to dance around this time, the way he started to look. And it was like between Off the Wall, like right after he dropped Thriller, is when he started to do the moonwalk and all those kind of things. So this really set the tone and was a prominent marker. This album went on to sell 20 million records worldwide. Let me rub Michael for good luck. You know what? I'd sure like to actually touch 20 million people with my music and sell that much, even if I do it one time. But Michael obviously did that a few times over, especially selling albums after tours and just things like that, because I feel like he was really, really smart on as far as marketing himself and how he wanted to build himself as an artist. This album initially sold by the end of 1979, its original run, it sold over 2 million records. So it was certified 2 times platinum by the end of 1979. This is Michael Jackson coming off of The Wiz. The reason why we even got this album is because he worked on The Wiz, and him and Quincy Jones had conversations about his solo efforts, and Michael expressed what he wanted, and Quincy pretty much offered himself up to be the producer of his album. And that's pretty much what happened. This album spawned 5 chart-topping singles. That is pretty amazing. And it only won 1 Grammy. Can you believe it? This propelled Michael Jackson to go like, okay, I put in all this work. I know that my work and my reach and my worth should have brought forth more than 1 Grammy to him. And I could understand that and respect that as a creative and as an artist myself. I could understand that. A lot of people are part of the band and a part of the instrumentation on this album has worked on multiple Michael Jackson albums and continued to work with him throughout his career, starting off with this album and I believe that some of the Jackson's albums as well. I believe it started off with Triumph. I want to run through the album really quickly and talk about the singles and talk about why I think the album is his greatest. First, I want to show you guys, while we're talking about that, the difference between the 2 pressings. Now, I don't have the off-the-wall vinyl yet, but when I do, I'm sure I could pull that out and show you what all of the liner notes and what all the pictures look like. And I'm sure all of the pressings vary. Like the original pressing doesn't look like a 2020 off-the-wall vinyl, and I love that. But first of all, there's 2 covers that I noticed. One cover is like the full body of him, and I believe that's another like a 2000s version, and I believe one of the vinyls is like that. And then the lettering is different. It's all white instead of yellow and pink. But this one is yellow and pink. Most of the original covers with this picture have the yellow and pink. The special edition just so happen to have the all white. I've been noticing stuff like that too. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. So when you open the album, of course, like you take the slipcover out, but you can unfold it and it's the whole image of him standing up against the wall. And I really, really love that. I think that's super dope. I thought it was gonna be like a full poster that folded out into him, but it's just the lyrics and the album credits, which is very necessary and fair. Off the wall, and a really cool picture of him right here. I love this picture and that shot of him. I believe that some of these pictures varies and they're different, like they were taken after the 70s. Like I know this one is not in the original album, but I believe some of these are like from the, I could be wrong, but I know that all the pictures that's in this one is not in this one, and I'll show you. But yeah, basically you have all the lyrics here. This one just has track 1 through 10, the one with this picture on it, and the other one also has 1 through 10, but it has like maybe 3 to 4 different extra tracks, so you can hear the demo versions of Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and stuff like that. So, and the 2001 special edition has more pictures, like different outtakes from I want to say performances as well, but definitely video shoots and music video shoots, like this one right here that almost looks like it's from She's Out of My Life, the music video, but I'm not sure, I could be wrong. Here's another one from him performing during this era. Look like he's performing Rock With You. It's so funny because I used to texturize my hair too, and it always came out looking like that sometimes, especially when it grew out. So I do like see what people are talking about when they're like, oh my God, you look like Michael Jackson. It's just like, you know how many people actively try to act and be and look like Michael Jackson? So I always feel a sense of something come over me when people say that. Here's a nice cool picture of Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson in the 2001 version of Off the Wall. That's where all these pictures are coming from. This is probably them during the recording of Say 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 and all those great songs that they did leading into The Girl Is Mine. But this is the time where he recorded Girlfriend as a single, which came from Paul McCartney's groups, The Wings, after Paul McCartney left the Beatles. And again, with this picture, pretty cool. He looks pretty tough. Like, yeah, I'm bad and you don't even know it yet. Every pun intended. And I really like the bottom of the feet and the glowing socks. That's the only thing that was missing in when I saw the movie recently, when Jafar did the 25th Motown special. His socks were not glittered and bedazzled, but maybe that could have been something like a camera trick. It could have been distracting the camera. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they just forgot, you know, but hey, we know. The disc for the 2001 version, again, which is this one, the disc is a brick wall and it's textured, like you can feel it. It feels pretty cool, and it has the Michael Jackson writing and logo on it with the track listing and all of that. And the one that I have right here for the 2016 reissue, which is just the standard version, this is how the disc actually looked in the 80s when they started to press them. So the 2016 standard pressing, not the special edition, the standard pressing looks very standard. Which is really cool too, to have the standard and the special edition. Track number 1, it's coming in with a banger. You have Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. It has an amazing music video to go with it. Written by Michael Jackson, co-produced by him, lead and background vocals by Michael Jackson. One of these songs on here really surprised me as him being the background vocals for the entire song. I'm just like, this dude is amazing. So you have Louis Johnson on bass, who is on all of these songs up and throughout a lot of his music during the bass, and he sounds like somebody that played on the Emotions music. Like, his bass is so funky, it's not even funny. And then they're accompanied by the Sea Wind Horns. This is another band that played all throughout Michael's music and all throughout this album. They're all throughout these credits. Drums by John Robinson. I love first of all, the title of the album, Off the Wall. The theme of every song really goes with that. Don't stop till you get enough. I love the lyrics. Lovely is the feeling now. Temperature's rising now. Keep on with the force. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. You know what I'm saying? It feels like he's saying, don't stop until you're tired of it. Don't stop until you've had enough, which is so literally and self-explanatory. But what I'm saying is, it sounds like he's saying, do the thing that makes you feel the greatest until to the end. You know what I mean? Like my mama used to say, roll it till the wheels fall off. That's what I feel like I'm getting from him, because a lot of times I feel like as people, we stop and we hesitate in our body with everything, and I've learned to stop doing that. It's as simple as, what do I want to eat today? What do I want to do today? How do I want to do this? Every single thing. Like, I could be listening to the same Brandy song and my body is telling me, like, Lawrence, go play that same Brandy song that you've heard 1,000 times, because your body is telling you to do it for a reason. So it's almost like you're telling your body, like, hey, we're everything's good, we're still here. I don't know, it could be a multitude of things, but I feel like when it comes to living your life, if your body's telling you or compelling you to go over there and check out that spot you keep eyeballing every time you walk past, every time you drive past, or whatever you're doing, do it. You know, don't stop, don't be hesitant. And then if you love and enjoy something, keep doing that thing, because that thing that you enjoy, so you could be the only person in the world that enjoys it, but it could be giving you life, and that's important. So don't stop till you get enough, and I love that. And that single went to #1 on the Black music charts. I feel like the Black music chart stopped existing after Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. Like, that was a chart in the 70s that was very prominent, but his single and this album was #1 on that chart, as well as this album being the #3 album on the Hot 100 and #5 on the UK's. But yeah, this song, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, was a #1 single with a amazing video this is before Billie Jean. So this is before MTV. Billie Jean is not on this album. But Don't Stop Till You Get Enough had an amazing video used with green screen before music videos became what it was. And I feel like Michael Jackson is one of the artists that pioneered that. And that's the reason why we have everybody trying to make at least decent music video and get it out somewhere. And I'll have to say, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is one of my favorite songs and one of my favorite music videos by him. Now that I said it, I wonder how many people's gonna start saying that now. But It is, and it's because of the technical way that it looks from that time. You know, with them using the green screen from that time, the effects. Like if it had anything else, the video would not hit. You know, like it hits because of the dated look. Like anybody, like, you know, those little, you know, nerds that find being obnoxious and rude like a personality trait when it's like, or a thing that's being funny, and it's like, no, you're just killing the joy. But like, I love cheesy 80s stuff like that. When you see that, oh, that looks really old, like, shut up. Enjoy it. Like, it looks so good and it looks so cool. And to see them recreate that in the Michael movie with Jafar, we're gonna talk about that later. But back to the album. The second track after Don't Stop Until You Get Enough is the second single, Rock With You, that also went #1. Like I said, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough went #1. Rock With You also went #1. This song also had a video. And it's just a, you know, like, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is my favorite. And it's like the special effects is very late 70s, early 80s. But Rock With You also gives that, and it looks like it's being filmed. It doesn't even look like it's being filmed with like the most expensive camera. It's just like a black background with the green laser beam stream lights and Michael Jackson and a amazing sparkly like two-piece. It's like a sparkly shirt and pants with, I mean, his taste. Real quick, I covered the song Rock With You. There's a studio and a live version. And also Rod Temperton, who wrote Rock With You, is a part of the iconic group Heatwave. My mom used to listen to Heatwave. That's how I know this. Exactly. Heatwave. Back to the programming. Shirt and pants with, I mean, his taste. It just looks like he was like channeling, like vibrating on your highest frequency, and what we would look like vibrating at our highest frequency, we all probably look like we would be covered in diamonds or something. But I just love that. And like I said, looking at pictures and the videos of Michael Jackson, especially looking like this, it just reminds me of, like, if you're a young black boy and like in middle school, I definitely, before I started high school, was texturizing my hair like this because I thought that that's what I needed to do to get it curly. Little did I know, all you gotta do is take care of your hair. Working Day and Night. Again, all these songs are written by Michael Jackson except for Off the Wall. And it's the Falling in Love, Burn the Disco Out, She's Out of My Life, I Can't Help It, Girlfriend. Okay, so everything on the A side of this album is written by Michael Jackson except for Rock With You and Off the Wall. So Working Day and Night is the same people, you know, the C wind horns, Lewis Johnson on the bass. I love this song because it's talking about a woman or girl that is making Michael kind of work for it. That, like, yeah, as soon as you felt you getting real close enough under me, I'm gonna send you back out there to go do something for me. Or working for someone's trust, building trust. Like, how can I even get comfortable with you when every time I get comfortable with you, you got me doing some work for you, or you sending me out there to do some work, you know what I mean? And then you're telling me a man is supposed to do that. He's supposed to get his hands there. He's supposed to work. He's supposed to be out there. He's supposed to be, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like some girls do that. Some women will do that just to see, like, is this guy my guy? Is he gonna make me feel like he'll carry me over, you know, flooding waters, you know, or, I mean, it's all relative. Would he kick a door down out of a burning building and carry me out of it? Or like, if I'm cooking, is he gonna go out there and go get the food, you know, and then help me put the food away, you know, throw the grocery bags away, straighten up the house while she cooks? I will absolutely do that for you, baby. But you know, girls do that, and I feel like that's what this song is about. And not just use her up like she's just, you know, because Michael's music ain't never been on that. But I feel like that's where he was at. Like, I'm a nice guy, girl, come on. Can't really say it though. You can't really say it, because if you had to say, I'm a nice guy. The next song is Get on the Floor, whoop, and dance with me. That's what it sounds like to me, but like, He's 2 steps higher than that. We didn't come here to do that today. That's on another day. Get on the floor and dance with me, written by Michael Jackson and Louis Johnson. I love the beat, the bass, the guitar, the drums, the boom, 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 the strings. It sounds like you're at a club. It sounds like you're on a shiny black dance floor. Big speakers around, lights, clubbing. This is also Michael Jackson in the Studio 54 days, the Wiz days, finding independence, coming out of the Jacksons' triumphant and the victory era, breaking away from his father, trying to find himself, breaking out of being lonely because he was sitting in the house and talking to Ben and Bubbles hadn't came in yet, but you know, the llama and all, and you know, like this was a person trying to find self. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, this is a person really trying to find self, what that ever meant to him. So I could respect that. But yeah, but first of all, even with the song Rock With You, like the second track after Don't Stop Till You Get It Up, like we talked about, Rock With You, like I said, talks about having a good time, you know, feeling that beat, you know, just having a girl that is like, it's, you know, it's consensual, you're having a good time, to have a good time with me. Have a great time with me. Just close your eyes, just get into the feeling, and you know what I mean? Just rock with me, you know what I mean? And Don't Stop Till You Get Enough reflects that. Get on the Floor definitely reflects that. You know, he's also complimenting the girl, like, I love the way you move your body. I love the way that you're filling up the room with your energy. You know, I love the way you shake that thing. You know, so it's really a party, a club song, a having a good time song. Get out and have a good time. Track coming off after Get On the Floor is the title track, Off the Wall. Live your life off the wall. When the world is on your shoulder, gotta straighten up and get your act and boogie down. When the world is on your shoulder. I'm sorry, but that's what popped up in my head. I love the background in this song. All the layers is like, Michael is known for his background vocals and his unique layering. And I love the theme of the song is get out, have a good time, live your life, enjoy life. You know, we work so hard, whether you have a 9-to-5, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever you're working so hard on in this life, sometimes we have to remember to live, be present, and be in the moment and do things that we truly love and enjoy. Now, look, am I looking in the camera now? Now, am I connected now? All right. And just enjoy yourself. Written by Rod Temperton, who also wrote Rock With You and a lot of all these songs off of this album. I also covered Rock With You, so please check out my cover to Rock With You. Check out the audio version and the live version that I'm gonna link after this video and in the description so you'll see it. The next song after that is Girlfriend, which is, like I said, a song that was originally recorded by The Wings, and they wanted it to be for Michael Jackson, and scheduling conflicts came about, but he eventually recorded it and placed it on his album. Of course, critics had a lot to say about it, trying to say that Michael was trying to outsing or outdo Paul McCartney, but the simple fact is people have different styles and their own mind of what makes them creative. So I'm sure, however Paul heard the song for him, that's why it came out the way that it did. It wasn't because he was trying so hard to get it to sound like Michael's and didn't really figure it out, but Michael figured it out. Like, no, it's a sense of styling, taste, and preference, and that's why, you know, people are Anyway, both versions are great. Both guys are iconic. There's something special about both versions. There's something special about Michael's version. I love how bright and playful it sounds. And at the same time, it's him going, I will take your girl. Like, you think I'm soft-spoken and cute and all this kind of stuff? Yeah, I will take your girlfriend. I will take your girlfriend. With this earring in my ear and my voice sounding like this with these braids, I will take your girlfriend. And other people too. But you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that's like, you know, it's so sweet. I'm going to tell you, boyfriend, what we've been doing, that you've been writing letters to me. We're so connected. Yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know. If you don't tell him, I will. No, not for real. But I love that song too. That was also a single, and I believe that was the last single off of this album, especially in the UK. So Don't Stop Till You Get Enough was the first one. Rock With You was the second one. Off the Wall was the third one. She's Out of My Life is the fourth one. And the fifth one is Girlfriend. Speaking of She's Out of My Life, that's the next track after Girlfriend, written by Tom Baller. This song was actually a song about Karen Carpenter. The song Rock With You was actually meant for Karen Carpenter as well, but she passed on it because it wasn't her flavor. But that song was about her, written by Tom Baller, and Michael pretty much channeled it, and there was a music video shot for that as well. Very minimal, very 80s, black background, that greenish, bluish, aqua green. I think he's wearing that on his collar. I feel like I've seen that color in it, and then like the mirroring image of him looking up and then looking, you know, like those 80s pictures. But I love it, and I love how he emotes and shows different emotions in the song, and it shows you that, hey, I'm not just this club singer. I'm not just the cute little boy from the Jacksons either, or the Jackson 5 rather. I'm a grown up. You know, he was growing up into an adult, and he wanted to show you that, hey, I've gone through things too. It may have not have been exactly that, but he's showing you that there is complexity in him. He's not just this, let's get up and groove, you know. Next song is probably a fan favorite, and definitely one of my favorites off of this song. I'll tell you what my favorite in a minute is, but I Can't Help It, written by Stevie Wonder. It was meant for Stevie Wonder's Songs in a Key of Life, which is a huge Stevie Wonder album, one of his best. And imagine if that song was on there. They both should have just did it, and then we both would have had them doing their versions of it. Or it could have been a duet. But Stevie loves Michael, so he gave it to him, and, you know, could hear him sing it, and Michael executed it. What else can I say about it? Lead vocals by Michael Jackson. Bass again, Louis Johnson. Also written by Susie Green. Oh yes. I can't help it if I wanted to. I can't help it, no. Also, Mary J. Blige sang that and kind of like interpolated that in her song. I don't know if it's not called I Can't Help It, but it's the second song off of her 1999 self-titled Mary album. After the song that Lauryn Hill wrote. That's the second song that comes on, and it has Jadakiss on it. Yeah, I love that song. The next song is It's the Falling in Love by Carol Bayer, Sager, and David Foster. David Foster, who's written so many hits for so many iconic artists and divas. Do I need to go down the list? But yes, love David Foster. I love the song. I love the vibe. It's very whimsical, very bright and uplifting, and I love the lyrics. I really like the bass in the song, and I really like the beat, you know? And it sounds like something like him and Saida Garrett could have sung together. Every time I hear this song, I just hear him and Saida Garrett singing I Just Can't Stop Loving You, but that's later on in the bad era. The last song off this album is Burn This Disco Out, written by Rod Temperton. Lead and background vocals on Burn This Disco Out is by Michael Jackson, because I did not know that Keep the Boogie Alright, you know, the background ad-libs, groove all night. That is Michael Jackson doing those deep sounds. Like, that is his, all of that is him. I was like, that's why I know. I went to go look, and I was like, is that one of his brothers? No, it's him. But I love that, and I love that this is a perfect ending to this album, because it leaves you on an upbeat feeling, and it leaves you craving more. Also, it fits the whole theme and premise of this entire album, Burn This Disco Out, especially because this album was released in the middle of the disco demolition led by Steve Dahl, disco jockey, who probably was hired to do that because there probably was a lot of artists of color, especially black artists, benefiting off of disco. But I mean, were they really getting any money anyway? It's because I'm sure they were signed to deals where they wasn't even getting any royalties, because they probably had a production deal or you know, a developing deal or something in the mix where they wasn't getting all their money. But that's a different story for a different time. But for the disco demolition, it reminds me of Disco Steve from The Simpsons, and that's probably why they named him that. Is it Disco Steve? Because Steve Dog. Look. But for 1979 and the 80s, for them to be doing that to music that was like, honestly, coasting a wave of culture, it's pretty ironic, and it's pretty funny. You kind of have to laugh at it. And then the ending track is Burn the Disco Out, when Michael was giving disco his best, when it makes you want to hear more, even more of disco. You know what I mean? Like, it made, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't, like, when I heard the Burn the Disco Out songs and all the songs off this album that have disco elements also has funk elements, very different from all the other solo albums that he had because it was very Motown. Come on now, Burn the Disco Out during the disco demolition. It was like a big old, like, you know, like you can blow it. You can very much so blow it. Okay, we're gonna. Matter of fact, if we're gonna take it out, we're gonna take it out with a bang. You know what I mean? And make people remember it to the point where it will always come back and survive. Because I see other artists including that type of music, and that type of style and that type of culture in their music now. Like especially artists like Doja Cat. I just see them doing that now. So disco ain't dead. It just turned into something different. Like as things that are great always do. Sorry, Steve. Look, Steve, how would you feel if we were trying to do a disc jockey demolition in the middle of the height of your career? And somebody that looked like me was hired to do it. You would have attitude. Shame on you, Steve Dawg. But I really love this album. This album is a 10. That's why I feel like it's the best, because in the midst of trying to destroy this sound of music and this vibe of music and the just everything that music was giving, period, especially from Black artists, was being torn down. Here comes off the wall. Michael Jackson saves the day. So that's why I feel it's his best, because you're like, it doesn't end there, because after that you got Badow. Oh, just when you thought you was gonna get rich, just when you thought, and for the people that did not appreciate The Wiz, if for the people that's still having trouble with maybe this era of Michael Jackson, pregame with The Wiz, the Jacksons' triumphant album, and then play Off the Wall and watch those videos and those performances. Then you let me know. You let me know. Okay? All right. All right. But look, I also saw the Michael Jackson movie. Everybody, oh my God. I want to show y'all the special treats that I got from Cinemark. Let me show y'all. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the Michael movie, and I want to show you guys some of the merch I got for the movie. And I got this before the movie because I had a feeling that something was going to sell out, so I just got what I wanted. Well, first off, I got this shirt. They had these shirts, and these were exclusive merchandise items from Cinemark. I also have what I showed you guys in the beginning, the Fedora popcorn bucket hat, which I truly, truly adore, which has the Michael name in gold, and it says 2026. It has that Fedora bow on it, and you could definitely put popcorn in it, which I did, and eat popcorn out of it, and you can just put it on and have a little fun with it. I wouldn't, you know, dance too hard in this because it's kind of a hard plastic, as you can tell, as you can hear my ring running up against it, you know what I mean? But this is a pretty cool popcorn bucket, probably one of my favorite. There was another popcorn bucket that was there with this picture on it, and it came with a record vinyl lid. I wanted to get that so bad, but I was like, you know what? Everybody's gonna want the Fedora. Nobody's gonna want the picture popcorn bucket, and this one's probably gonna be sold out. So I got this one, but I was wrong. The other one with the vinyl lid and the picture, that one was sold out, and they had a lot of these popcorn buckets with the Fedora hat left over. This one was actually a little bit more expensive. This one was $24.99. I also got a bedazzled Michael Jackson theater cup. This is so cool. They all in the UK they have dome lids. In the US they have these lids, and we only had the silver and the black. The UK had gold, silver, and black. But this is pretty cool. I wanted to get another cup too. There was another cup with a picture on it, besides the black and the silver one that they have out here. But yeah, all of that pretty much sold out. Only thing that was left when I actually went to go see the movie was the Fedora hat and the Michael Jackson cup with the picture of him on it, or Jafar playing Michael rather. Oh my God. So what merchandise goodies did you get, and did you go see the movie? Also, there was like a free Michael Jackson hat that came if you're like a member with Cinemark, but that was also sold out. Like, well, people usually get like posters or goodies if you're a member that signed up, that use like their rewards and stuff like that. They sometimes have exclusive posters. Like I've gotten exclusive Marvel posters in the past because of being a reward member for whichever movie theater I'm going to at the time. But that was also sold out. And they're also saying that Michael is the highest grossing biopic film, to date. And it's just like, of course everybody came out for Michael. I enjoyed the movie. I've seen many Michael Jackson movies. This is probably another in the top 3. The best part of the movie is Jafar's performance is going to like have you mesmerized. Everyone, the whole ensemble did a good job. The movie looks extremely well. And those are the only thoughts I'm going to give on that. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the second one. And I hope I can get a part in it. I don't mind how many times I have to audition. I would just love to have like a role in the movie. No one could have played Michael better than I feel, or is more deserving or more fitting than Jafar. So I feel like that was just chef's kiss. And I think that if Michael was with us physically, he would have had that approval. Maybe, given Jafar the approval. I really believe that. But yes, I really enjoyed the movie. Please check out my cover to Rock With You, the studio version and the live version. And I'm going to put the links here, and I'm going to put the thumbnails at the end of the video, and visit my channel so you can visit that too. And check out my cover to Open Up Your Heart, because I used the Rock With You beat under the first version, and then I eventually turned it into the version that's on all the streaming platforms now. So please check that out too as well. But I love the Michael Jackson movie. Check out Quincy Jones' Juke Joint. Quincy Jones is a big instrumental part of Michael's career from his first to his second album. A lot of involvement from The Wiz. And there's a cover to Rock With You by Brandy on this album. There's a pretty cool picture of her in there too. I really love this album. Get into this album. Great Quincy Jones compilation. And I just really enjoyed Off the Wall. This is the special, actually this is the 2016 edition, and I have the special edition like we talked about right here. This album is a 10. So yes, please tell me what your favorite track is. Check out my cover to Rock With You. Let me know what you thought about the movie. What do you want to see next? What Michael Jackson album should I cover and talk about next? You let me know. But yes, let me know what you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.